anyone like to say how that chanting was? Just raise your hand, please, and I'll call on you if you'd like to share. It's cool.
Switch on.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I felt better. And it was effective to go down slowly and focus on the current moment and try to...
And I couldn't...
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I felt it was effective, going down slowly and relaxing the mind and telling it, this is the time only reserved for Krishna, so don't think of anything else. It was wandering, but then you like helped us to get back to the...
Were you able to hear one Hare Krishna mantra during that time?
Yeah, just once.
How wonderful. You're so fortunate.
I had a few questions. Is it okay to ask?
How many?
2.
Okay.
So one is like, I was observing that, so two questions are like, I read that we should be chanting loudly, so I'm not clear how loud it should be. And
Okay.
secondly,
I'll answer the first question first. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada says in one purport, we should chant loud enough to hear ourselves and others. So that means not too loud and not too soft. But sometimes also if our mind is especially a little bit wandering, a little more than one wants it to, you can chant a little bit louder. Does that answer your first question?
yes, so but if I prefer to chant a bit softly so that I can hear, that's not okay, or is that...
That's wonderful. Well, the point is to hear. Sometimes people ask, should I chant loudly, softly, fast, or slow, with my eyes open or eyes closed? Or should I look at a painting or picture, or should I... The point is to hear. Accept what helps you in your hearing of the holy names. Focus the consciousness on the holy names. It's a gesture to Krishna that I want to be with you. This is my time with you. I find that it's a very sweet concept, actually. At this time, I want to be with you, Krishna. And see how unfortunate I am that it's not every moment of every day that I want to be with you. But please accept this time right now. This is my offering to you. It's a sweet concept. And what was your second question?
Actually, you already are. Yeah, you sort of already answered that. My second question was like, when we chant, the tune should be like similar, or can we like Hare, or like
What do you mean the tune? What do you mean by the tune?
Like sometimes we say the word Hare would stretch Hare Krishna. Sometimes it's similar. The rhythm.
Let's focus on hearing.
I think you answered it. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Good question. Anyone else like to say how that chanting was? Yes, Paul. Oh, next time. This time. Okay. Yes, Paul.
Hare Krishna, Bhurijan Prabhu. So when I started chanting Prabhuji, so obviously like instruction had to focus on the holy name. So in the beginning, the focus is there, and then you start thinking that the focus is there, and the mind took you to some other service activity of Krishna, and then you tried pulling back, and then mind took you to some office activity, and you tried pulling back. Your mind took you to some family activity, you tried pulling back, but in between you're trying to focus on Krishna. So this wavering was there. Then
Can I comment on that first?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That it's like when you try to be sincere and when you try to focus on the holy name, you first find out how insincere you are and how your mind is out of control. So that can actually help you. And one of the arts of spiritual life is to change difficulties and negatives into positives. So when you see that, oh, my mind is wandering everywhere, here I am, I think of myself as a devotee, as a Hare Krishna devotee, but even for 2 minutes I can't even think about Krishna without my mind being distracted to something else. This in Sanskrit is called vichipta, or distraction, or a wandering mind. So then you can become a little more humble and think, just see my position, Krishna. And unless you are merciful to me, what hope do I have? So that mood of calling out to Krishna can color our chanting also. That just see, I say this is a rare time, I have nothing else to do, and see how my mind wanders. And see how unfortunate I am. Oh Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that's what Prabhupada meant by like a baby crying for mother. And that's what Mahaprabhu meant by Trinada Pisuni Trinada. That if we have some humility, then we can sincerely understand we need help. The baby is... Did you used to be a baby? Did you used to cry? A lot or a little bit? A lot? Little or a lot? But loudly when you cry, yeah. When you read, because the baby doesn't know how to express himself. Now you are... How old are you now? 10. 10. And Om 2, Om 1, 9. Both of you chanted so nicely. And you also chanted so nicely. Thank you very much. That was so wonderful. Did it make you happy while you were chanting and listening? I find that so amazing. We'll come back to your question in a moment. But when the mind is wandering, chanting becomes the most boring thing in the world. When the mind is actually hearing, it brings so much more satisfaction to the mind. But it takes that effort, doesn't it? It takes consciousness, it takes wanting that. It takes even seeing the difference between the two. And then we see how unruly our minds are and untrained our minds are. So, yeah, if we can, even if our mind is wandering, and some days it may wander more than others. You maybe had a bad day and this, and maybe that, or maybe tomorrow is going to be a special day. And the mind is jumping passionately to the future or lamenting in tamagun to the past. But just, if I can hear one Hare Krishna mantra, let me just try my best. And Krishna is Baba Grani Janardhan. He takes that attempt. Just like, you have children? Yeah, how old? Are you Om 2 or Om 1? 2. So, when your son was beginning to talk or walk, first he tried, you were holding him maybe like this a little bit sometimes, and then he tries, it falls down. And just the attempt is so pleasing. And before you can speak well, speak in full sentences, you have to speak badly, poorly, poor sentences, poor grammar. So, but if you continue, really sincerely try, when Krishna is pleased by the attempt, like the fathers are pleased by the sincere attempt of the child to walk or speak, So trust that. And it's important to understand that Krishna is a person. And you're dealing with a person, not some mechanical process. You're dealing with a person. If we can just accept that one thing, we're so fortunate. That Krishna is God, Parameshwara, Paramatma. He's a person, Bhagavan. He's a person. And he sees our attempt and reciprocates. So we do our part in the relationship and try to take a step to Krishna and try our best, sincerely try our best. Did you try your best in chanting before? And you were also trying your best? And you also? What else can we do? Did you have any other question, or was that?
No problem. Thank you.
Anyone else ask a question? How can I resist? Okay, sorry. I will resist. Okay, next, okay, and then we'll go back to chanting. But you're next, okay? Home 2 is next. Yes, Hare Krishna. What is your good name, sir? Anirudh.
Now when we were chanting, it was very easier and smoother to focus on chanting one in the present time. I felt very happy.
How nice. Did you hear one mantra during that time?
Yes, I was able to hear.
How nice. And also, when I chant with the devotees and see how sincerely they chant, and I'm also trying my best, then it also brings out of me a lamentation of how many days and weeks and months I've just wasted, not wasted because I'm chanting, but I think I could have done better. So I think it's okay, as long as that doesn't discourage us, but let it encourage us. Now let me try my best. Let me try my best. Let me try my best. Okay, one last question. Do you have a question too? Oh, because I thought maybe you could both talk at the same time and ask different questions, and let's see what.
Prabhuji, how can we put our 100% focus in chanting, like our mind goes somewhere else in thinking?
Yes. Well, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he gives a formula of two things, abhyas and vairagya. That means practice and detachment. So if you become attached to to good chanting, if the young ones especially, if they can practice controlling their mind and focusing on Krishna when they're young, you'll have achieved the greatest fortune, practically speaking. Do you know in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam, in the 11th chapter, it talks about Gurukula and what the education of a young man is. And when you read it carefully, you understand that the purpose of education, the most important, yes, they learn so many different shastras and so many different things. Krishna learned the Dharma Veda. You know what the Dharma Veda is? Had a fight. Because he was sent as a Kshatriya. But the main focus is how to control your mind. Because if you can control your mind, the mind becomes like a laser, and you can accomplish practically anything you want. So if you learn to control your mind, and the simplest way to do it in one sense is take Japa seriously. And if you can actually try your best at that, then you'll get better and better and better at it. By Krishna's mercy. Do you have any question? Do you have a question? Okay, I wanted to make sure. Okay, last question, please. How did you do on your chanting?
It was initially it was easy, Prabhuji, but then again and again mind was wandering around other many things. But because the focus was here, I had to concentrate and I had to try to hear the mantra.
But one thing is you don't have to concentrate and you don't have to try here, but you're choosing to do that. And Krishna appreciates that you're choosing to do that. Please keep that in mind. It's a free choice. I want to get closer to him. Because who's forcing you? You can make believe you're chanting. We do that all the time. We make believe we're chanting and then we play on the mental platform. But you're freely choosing to take a step to Krishna and try to be with him.
Prabhuji, I had one or two questions on that.
Did you hear, but I'm not finished yet. You have to answer my questions first. Did you hear one Hare Krishna mantra?
Yes.
Even towards the end, when the mind was a little tired?
No, toward the starting I could able to hear. In middle also I could hear, but toward the end.
Mataji, did you do push-ups? No, yeah. No? No. Funny question, yes? Maybe about 2 years ago, I decided that my arms felt very weak, so I decided to try to do some push-ups. So I could barely do one when I started. And then I did it every day for quite a while, and then by the time I stopped, I could do 40. Anyone want to fight? So, I'm not saying that really you should start doing push-ups, but I'm saying that the same point of this practice.
So, Prabhuji, we know that we need means because.
But first, did you hear what I said? Oh, what did I say?
No, you have said do your practice it up.
And your mind will get stronger and more focused, ability to focus.
So, Prabhuji, we take some vow, in front of our Guru Maharaj, that we are going to chant 16 minutes every day.
Yes.
And then we want to have a relationship with Krishna, that is also there, that we want to do something toward that.
Yes.
And everybody have a different way of chanting. Chanting in the sense, some people chant, even they chant fast, they can able to hear. But like me, when I do fast, then I'm not able to hear.
Yes.
But when I do slow, but then my chanting go 2.5 hours. So
For one round?
No. Complete 16 rounds.
A half hour to complete 16 rounds? Or 2.5 hours? Mataji.
So it's not if I want to increase my pace, I compromise on my hearing, and if I want to hear, then I get quite disturbed and.
Don't get disturbed, please. Take it easy. That's just the mind giving you trouble. Don't worry. Because, do you want me to tell you what to do? Honest? Do you want me to tell you what you should do? Huh? Yeah, just try to. 2.5 hours isn't a very long time. If you can actually hear, you're doing very well with that. We're all different, we're all individuals. But one thing I've seen is that if so many things I could say. One is that don't get in the habit of chanting bad rounds. So someone can take that and because you'll end up being very frustrated. You haven't done, you've completed your rounds. It's like you have a relationship with someone and okay, we have a half hour to be together. Okay, the half hour's over, now I can do something else that I really want to do. So don't have that attitude with Krishna, because no one appreciates that. So that's one thing. So I always suggest go for quality. But then someone will always say, it takes me 20 minutes to chant one round, what should I do? And then I can't do anything else. Then I'm stuck, because I just told them to go for quality. So obviously, this balancing needs to be done. Sometimes you need to chant maybe a little slowly in the beginning, and then once your mind is a little more peaceful and has a little bit of a taste, then you can speed up a little bit. So just some balance sometimes. But is that okay? When I was younger, I could chant, like 6 minutes and 15 seconds was my usual amount of time, but now it's much longer. Somehow or another. And I still have the same number of beats on the things. I don't understand it exactly. Manamala. Wakuru. Okay. You know what we're going to do now? Yes. What do we do now? Yes. On our beats. Now, what's the first thing you should do when we begin? Huh? Prepare your mind. Prepare your mind, because even though we've just been chanting, but we've just been talking, and you really have to start at the beginning again, because everyone's mind has had a break already, so there's not too much stress, but the mind has also been running all over the universe. What do you need? What do you need, Prabhu? You don't have beats. Is there an extra set of... What's your name? Aniruddha. Still? Your name is still Aniruddha. Very nice. Does anyone... Is there a set of beats that Aniruddha Prabhu can use? Doesn't... Everyone's looking... Okay.
We can chant.
Huh? Yes, for beats.
No, everyone is asking.
Everyone is asking.
Okay, tomorrow it's your responsibility to bring your beats, okay? Please bring beats tomorrow, okay? Aniruddha Prabhu, okay? So prepare your mind. And the preparation of the mind, I mean, different devotees do different things also. Some of them read prayers that make their mind soft and attracted to Krishna and focus on Krishna. Yeah, there's different things. But the basic point that you want to stress is that right now, for this short time, all the other business of my life, all the other things I have to do that are so important, yes, they're important, but not now. Now is a special time for me to be with Krishna. And then sometimes you have to ask yourself, because this isn't mechanical, so do I really want to be with Krishna now? And that only you can answer. Do I want to take a step closer to Krishna now? One law is in Krishna, in Vaishnava Sadachar, is that when you get beads, you have to pay for them. Really, I mean, this is actually an important principle. Otherwise, he'll also give you a name and he will be initiated. Really, I'm serious. In Vaishnava circles, when you get beads, you have to give something. Otherwise, it means something else. Okay. Ready? So then, Prabhu, you have to get ready. You can put the beads here if you like, so you don't have to walk all the way back to the shop. You also need beads, yes? Okay. Oh yeah, this is a Japa class, so tomorrow please bring beads. Not a Japa class, but a Japa. We will chant Japa. Okay. Please prepare your mind. And this is your time to be with Krishna. And what's your name, by the way?
Anish Karthikeyan,
And how old are you?
13.
Thank you very much. You were chanting very nicely. So prepare your mind. Decide if you want to be with Krishna now. And if you do, become determined and understand this is a special time to be with Krishna. If you don't want to be with Krishna now, okay, that's your free will. But if you want to be with Krishna, and try your best. Prepare your mind. Offer prayers if you so desire. Pray for strength and then begin chanting. So be determined to try your best. Be determined to try your best. One